It took us a little while. Actually, it only took us like 2 sessions. And yes, I know the Pathfinder playtest is officially closed, but we've finished Red Flags, the second to last part of Doomsday Dawn, and of course, as always, we're here to talk about it. Because even though, technically speaking, the Paizo boys aren't necessarily collecting data, there's still relevant data to be had here, for sure. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, remember to, down there somewhere is a like and subscribe button and like a bell and you ding it and stuff. That will help you see more of this sweet content. And also, I actually received a Christmas present earlier today. So before we go any further, this one's brought to you by, you might know him as Jason Buffalo, Trin or Bren or Delvin or the GM at our All Rogue game. But I'm not sure what this is. But my coat of arms in fancy cloth has come in today, and truly it's kind of the most homely thing I own in my life, as I spend my money on practical things like fixing a computer that's being stupid, or frivolous things like the Horde of Dragons back there, or, you know, all the glories of Funko. Nevertheless, Jason, thank you so much. You the man. Now, anyway, Red Flags. The premise of this is the party has, though some of them recently just died horrendous, horrible, terrible, bloody deaths in Heroes of Undarin, recovered the White Axiom, but they need something called the Last Theorem to put it together, a key in the lock sort of thing. And turns out the key is in the hands of one of the most feared pirate captains of the Shackles. The Dominions figured out that that's where it's at, and they've sent a very powerful sorcerer, a man named Nessarian, who's referenced farther back in the adventure, to obtain it as well. This one was supposed to be a lot more on the intrigue side. There was a little mini dungeon at the end, culminating in a fight with a kraken, but that's not really how it went for my party. Now, granted, I would say the first couple hours of our first of 2 sessions, that's all it took for us to run through this one, were very good. We had a halfling bard, I believe, a gnome rogue wizard, a goblin full rogue, I think, as well as a goblin druid and a gnome sorcerer. Lots and lots of short characters this time, and they had a lot of the right, and I'm air quoting, the right answers to what they needed to do. The bard is suddenly with the band at the party that the pirate captain is holding to appease Besmara, a convenient inn for all of our intriguey boys and girls to sneak in and steal a book. And for the first couple hours, it went really great, until the party realizes a powerful member of the Dominion is there, and they happen to know him. This part of the AP introduced a vague nemesis system. It's definitely not the most well thought out thing in the world, and a lot of Red Flags kind of felt really open-ended. But it was interesting how it turned out for our party, because our party's nemesis, rolled randomly, was the Goblin Rogue, who could immediately just dip out and hide in the middle of the party, and no one's any the wiser. Now, that said, Nessarian was never tipped off on anything, and the AP is supposed to run that after a certain amount of time in this big fancy gala in a pirate fortress with lots of rigged gambling. Yeah, can't make that one up. Nessarian slips into the back, goes through a bunch of series of traps and puzzles and things trying to get the Last Theorem, and this is when the party goes and tells the pirate captain, and the pirate captain says follow him sneakily. That didn't quite happen with us at all. What went down for us was our other rogue decided she would sneak up to Nessarian, who has a contract devil, fun, and see if she could pickpocket anything off him. Maybe like a scroll of teleport, maybe he'd already picked up the book, anything like that. And that was where things got real out of hand, because she in fact did fumble the thievery check. After which point, when Nessarian reaches down, grabs her hand, she did a thing that in hindsight I realize kind of sells the point of, like, you should have a session 0. What she did was she immediately cried assault and rolled a deception check and critically succeeded against the pirate captain. And so what choice do I have at that point? Because combat has broken out, one of two things is going to happen. Either Nessarian's going to bolt for the Last Theorem and the party's going to chase him, or I could throw a reverse gravity spell in a crowded room. Fun. Which then gets rebounded when the bard casts the bard's reverse gravity, And that's basically where the AP kind of devolved into, Ballroom Blitz. Nessarian made it to the second of the, I believe, 4 traps, if we're not counting the Kraken that was supposed to be like the big boss fight before the party was able to catch up to him. Combination of putting him off his balance by having him burn actions to get out of a baleful polymorph, and druids burrowing and popping up on the other side. Never have I ever cast Dimension Door to move 5 feet just to get out in front of someone in a crowded hall, but I mean, I'll be damned if it doesn't work. So I guess the biggest thing I learned in this part of the AP, and I'm definitely going to start doing this in all of my groups moving forward, in the session 0, though I'm not, Ellie, I'm not trying to disparage you. I do think in my session 0s I should ask for, and truly I think you GMs, players, all of you out there who hear me, should definitely ask for trigger warnings. Because I, Tommy, think it was a pretty genius stroke when the high-level sorcerer has you and you are in super mega trouble to immediately cry assault. But if somebody at the table is uncomfortable with it, then, well, that's an entirely different story, right? At the session 0, you figure out, hey, is there anything I shouldn't do? Is there anything that will cross a line, etc., etc., etc.? So when things get to that point, we don't cause any harm to our players while we're trying to cause harm to an evil sorcerer, and cause harm we did. Though truly, he went to dying 1 as his contract devil ran to save him, and I watched my dragon polymorphed druid lean forward and try to bite this man dying on the floor and miss. That condition needs overhaul, I'm telling you. But other than that, I'm not super sure what we were playtesting here. It was definitely a lot of fun, I will say, after back-to-back throw all the angry violence that you can. I guess back-to-back-to-back. This Friday, we're kicking off the final chapter, When the Stars Go Dark. It's on Twitch from 7 to 10 Central Time Friday nights, and after that, this party's going to run Carrion Crown in Legacy Pathfinder, which I'm beyond stoked for. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and we will see you next time.